So hey loves, welcome back to my channel. And man, something just fell down. Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. And yes, I know you guys already saw those bloopers, but it is what it is. Well, what can I do? As I want you guys to please watch my video. Let's save up and get a camera pretty soon. I'll be talking to you guys on a topic, depression. So let me show you guys the things I have here concerning depression. I don't know if you can see this, but I have tips and I have stuff to talk about depression. I'm going to divide this into two sections. So this is going to be the first part. So guys, if you've not subscribed to my channel yet, do so to subscribe, like, on your notification bell in case I upload any new video, so you'll be notified on time. Please comment. That is very necessary, so I will know where I'm lacking behind. And please share my link. I beg you, share my link to your friends and family, and also share this video to someone who might be needing this video. Share this video to someone who might be needing this video. So without wasting much time, let us dive into the topic, depression. Depression is real. Okay, so I won't really be saying everything from my head. That was why I had to do some research, jot down things I need to tell you guys concerning this thing called depression. And then I was going through some of my brother's file. My other brother's file is with a very big melancholic, as in, how will I describe him now? Someone who doesn't talk to people at all. So I was going through his stuffs. Yeah, he's no longer around. He has his place now. And then I found this thing he wrote, I think back then when he was still in school, concerning depression. So I'll still read this out to you guys, what depression is all about, from his own aspect, from his own view. So what I have there, I have depression is a constant feeling of sadness and loss of interest. Yeah, that is what depression is all about. Once you start losing interest in what you love doing, once you start losing interest in what you love eating, once you start losing interest in people around you, check yourself very well. Depression has set in already, which stop you from doing your normal activities. A lot of us has actually gone through this thing called depression. Someone like me, for an example, I have really gone through this shit called depression, and I can tell you what and how it feels. It brings you down emotionally, it brings you down mentally, it brings you down physically, and see, even brings you down in everything you do, that you don't even know what to do anymore. So also, from my own brother's perspective, I just read from my own view, and then in my brother's own view, he said depression isn't always about anxiety pills. It visits to shrink or dark circles around the eye. Depression is hiding underneath your left side grin, showing itself the moment you close the door. That is depression. Or when you enter the shower. Immediately you enter the shower, guys. Immediately you enter the shower, and you start thinking, you don't know what to do anymore. Like, your mind is no longer there. You don't even know what you entered there to do, but you know that something is wrong with you, and depression has set in. I'm telling you the facts. Depression wakes up to a bright sky, hoping the sun wouldn't shine. That is what depression does to we human being. Depression doesn't kick in and sleep for longer. No, it doesn't. It kicks out all the blankets put on disguise to hide hopelessness, and goes about the day. That is one thing depression does to you and I. Causes of depression, we have abuse. This is the part where when it comes to abuse, people who have been physically or sexually abused or emotionally abused can tell you what depression has really done to them. It will make one very vulnerable. Depression will make you see life like a bitch. Depression will make you see people as haters. Depression will make you see people as, what will I even use? Which grammar will I use for this? As they are not worth it. That is what depression can do to you. People who are elderly are at bright art, like they are a higher risk of depression. For example, if a man of 50 years start thinking of the things you're supposed to achieve at his young age and he didn't achieve it, and he's still living in a face me I face you with his family, it is enough reason for that man to be depressed, and what it will lead to panic attack, and then the next thing, it might lead to death. Because if an elderly man starts thinking and thinking and thinking on things he will have achieved when he was still a teenager or a youth, and he saw that he didn't achieve any of these things, my love, such person is going to have a high BP. Okay, another thing again that can cause depression is certain medication. Okay, now this is the part whereby some people, medication, like there's certain medication that don't work on some people. For an example, paracetamol doesn't work on me. So there's a level at which I would take paracetamol and I will sit down and I'll still be having that constant headache. I'll be like, but I just took this paracetamol, what's wrong? At that moment, I start thinking like a fool. At that moment, I start misbehaving. I start doing things I'm not supposed to do. And if I start sleeping too much or sleeping less actually causes depression too. So I don't want to be using someone like me. I have a friend who, it also happens to me. She can't sleep afternoon sleep without taking pills. It happens to me too. I can't sleep normally without being on drugs just to sleep. I always tend to feel uneasy. I always tend to feel bad. And when I start thinking, or when I start misbehaving, or when I start doing things that I don't see myself doing in the future time, I know that something is about to happen to me. And if you want to know how depressed I am, it is when maybe I might be talking to myself, distance myself from people, and I am always this crybaby that once depression sets in, I always cry. I cannot hide it. I always cry. So there was one morning, I think that was I woke up very early because these days I barely sleep. I woke up very early. I was crying. I was bitter. I don't know what was wrong with me. I knew that something was wrong, but I can't really fathom what was wrong with me. So I kept on tossing around the bed. I kept on checking what is wrong with me. I kept on I was thinking I'll be clocking this particular age. I know that people at my age, some have not really achieved what they want to achieve, some have really achieved what they want to achieve, my age mates. But when I look at all these things and I see most of my mates achieving what I know I'm supposed to have achieved and passed achieving it, and me, I've not yet achieved anything, I feel really bad, really sad. That is when I start thinking. At times suicidal thoughts comes in. That is why most of all these people taking their lives. You don't blame them for taking their lives. Something must have triggered it. That's the honest truth. Something might have triggered it. Depression don't just set in and leave you once. Depression sets in immediately you enter your shower. Maybe you've been going through something and then you're trying to get over it, and then you try to enter your shower to take a bath, and that is when you start thinking. Depression is really bad. Very, very bad. I was once depressed when I lost my favorite granny. It was not because of her death. I know she's old enough to meet her ancestors, but the way she was killed, she was butchered. I know people in my life will tell you how I almost ran mad. Or was it when you called me that my mommy was deeply down, she was in between the borders of life and death? And at that moment I was like, what will I do? I'm still in school. Oh, guys. At times when I look at some things, I will be like, 3 times 3, 1, 2, 3. Have I written suicide notes? And I won't lie to you on that. I have written suicide notes, but at the end of it, what do? I end up tearing, because at that moment when I'm writing that suicide note, I'm alone. Or was it when I got betrayed? I just write, what do I do to deserve all this? What have I done wrong? Where have I gone wrong? And I was, let's forget about me. There's a lot to this. Let's forget about me. I won't really be telling you guys everything concerning the causes of depression, because in my next section I'll be telling you more on depression. So now I'll be talking to you guys about the signs and symptoms of depression. Oh God, if you start having these signs, please, I beg in the name of God, see a therapist. Please see a therapist. If you start having all these signs, it's about 1,500 of them, the signs, but I'm just going to give you guys just 5. So if you're enjoying this video, you comment in the comment section below if you want to see a part 2 of this video. Now, a depressed mood. I think I already explained that, like a depressed mood. That moment when you don't know what to do anymore. You feel worthless. You feel useless. That moment when you feel alcohol is the only thing that can bring down the way you're feeling. But alcohol only increase the tempo, because alcohol don't do anything. It's all for that moment. All you to do for that moment is just calm you down. And the next moment, once it clears off, that is when the thing will come times 2. And then we have loss of sexual desires. A guy who is, or a girl who is depressed, what do you want to talk to the person about? You want to tell, oh baby, I want to make, how will she answer you? The sexual urge is no longer there. The desires are not there. And that is the honest truth. And then we have changes in appetite. You don't feel like eating things anymore. The things you love eating are no longer enticing you anymore. They no longer give you that appetite. They don't longer, like, when I mean, okay, someone like me, I love swallow, and all of a sudden I start seeing myself hating swallow. Something is wrong with me, and that is the truth. Something is definitely wrong with me. Loss of energy. It will make you weak. Depression will make you weak. You cannot even have energy to do anything. A depressed soul cannot even lift ordinary pain. Ordinary pain. A depressed soul cannot. A depressed soul cannot even think. You are not able to think. A depressed soul, all that comes to a depressed soul's mind is how to take his or her life. That is what happens when one is depressed. A depressed soul sees no meaning in life anymore. That is just one truth about depression. It kills. If you're not properly taken care of, it kills. Okay, sleeping too much or too little. I think I said that before. If you start sleeping too much as a result of overthinking, or you start seeing yourself having sleepless nights, please check yourself well. See a physiotherapist. See a therapist. Talk to someone. I know people don't know how to talk to people concerning their feelings, but I'm telling you this. I am one person that's talking to people how I feel is always hard for me. Do you know why? I feel people will always talk. And that's the truth. They will always talk. I've not really seen that one person that I can easily trust and say, okay, this person is going to keep my secrets. No. As I just tend to tell people the basics. I don't tell them the inner parts of what I am going through. As the only person I talk to is my diary. And that is a simple fact. I talk to my diary because my diary understands what I'm going through, even though my diary is not human. If you really want to know much about me, it is when you go to my diary. That's when you know when I am depressed, when I'm sick, when I do. That one is fun. It's for the next video. Unintentional weight loss or weight gain. When you start overthinking like a fool. When you start overthinking like someone that won't make it in the next minute. When you start thinking and if you don't eat, you don't rest, how do you want to gain weight? How do you want to build up? That is what depression has cursed. When you lose a loved one, that is when you know what depression is all about. I know of a friend who is going through depression because she lost her parents, not just one, both parents. We are not really close friends, but we went to school together. So when I got about the news, I knew that this person right from time is someone that has always been staying on her own. She doesn't talk to people. When time she talks to people is when maybe she'll be like, hi, bye, good morning, hi, bye, hi, bye, just hi and bye. That is, hi is when she's in school, bye is when she's leaving the school. But she doesn't talk to people about anything. So when we heard about her parents' deaths, we knew that something was really wrong before. Only for us to now make some research to know that her parents were actually having issues and trying to settle those things, and she being the only child, and now this thing happened. I wonder how she's going to deal with this. So I think I've dropped like 5 points. I dropped a depressed mood. I dropped loss of energy. I said something of feeling worthless. You feeling useless to yourself. That is 3. I said something of changes in appetite, that is 4. And I also said loss of sexual desires, that is 5. I told you guys I'm going to give you just 5. If you want to know more about this, you can actually drop a message, or you follow me on my IG, Ninian Let on IG, and drop your messages there. And also I'll be telling you guys signs and symptoms of depression. Okay, in female now, we have in male, we have in female, we have in children. So I'll just drop 2 points in the female, 2 points in the male, and then 2 points in children, youth. And children's depression is something that is still very hard for us, because children don't talk. Children from the age of 3, they don't talk. What do they want to tell you that is wrong with them? Think about it. Okay, so in female we have mood swing. Oh boy, I'm not going details in this. See, women, this is for you. Mood swing. Someone like me, it touched me for head. Ruminating on negative thoughts. Okay, I said I'm going to give 2, but let me just add 1 more. When a lady start thinking on, maybe for example, a pregnant woman start thinking of labor. Now this is the part where depression tends to set in. Why? Because she feels that she might not make it out of the labor room, or her baby might not make it out of the labor room. And that is the truth. I work in a hospital. I started working in a hospital with my 200 level, all thanks to my dad. That's one thing I can say. I can probably say he did for me, making sure that I don't give up on my dream. So there was a lady then I had an encounter with. I had an encounter with this woman. That was how many years ago? I'm trying to remember. So she was pregnant. So I asked her. I've always been scared of pregnancy. Let me never lie to you guys. I've always been scared. So I asked her, Ma, how do you feel with this pregnancy? She told me to be honest with me. It has been from one problem to the other with her husband, because there's no day that she wakes up without asking her husband, what if I don't make it out alive? What if our baby doesn't make it out alive? I was when I knew that yes, something is really going through her mind. That was when I had to tell her, Ma, just relax. In the bed, I just have to tell her, even though we know it's just that Maya, you're in the best hospital, so just we do our best. Both you and the baby will come out. And thank God they both came out alive, because if something had happened to the woman or the baby, I won't forgive myself to today. Postpartum depression. Pregnant women, this is for them. Postpartum, after giving birth now, is going through that to get back in shape, and it's not working out. That is when depression tends to set in. And in men, they start avoiding families. They start avoiding social gathering. They start drinking heavily, which is bad. In students, they tend to start backsliding in terms of studies. That is one thing in depression. The students stop understanding what his or her teacher is teaching. That is where depression has set in. And when a student cannot get up to the mark he or she has been expecting, and then his mates are jubilating, I got this, I got that, I got this, I got that. That is when this particular person tends to now start thinking negatively. Just like when I wrote my first jam. It wasn't that I didn't make my first jam. I made my first jam, but my first jam, they were like, I can't gain admission. They can't give me admission because my age was too small then. Who does that? Because I want to study medicine. I said I was too young then to study medicine. If I had gotten admission then, I should have finished with my mates years ago. And I should be a proud doctor. But all the same, we are still semi-doctors. So guys, in my next video, I'll be telling you guys the cures of depression. But in the meantime, I will advise you guys to please, if something is going through your mind and you can't talk to someone, please and please go on your knees to God in prayer. He's the only one that can listen to you at that moment. Thank God, on Monday, that was being yesterday, I woke up quite earlier than usual. I was not feeling myself. I knew something was wrong with me. I was crying. I didn't even know when I started crying, guys. I didn't know when I started crying. To be honest with you guys, I didn't know when I started crying. So someone special called and was like, normally he calls me every morning for us to pray and every night for us to pray. So he called me that morning, or should I say I called him, or morning prayers. I should know that there was a calling. It was like after praying, it was like, what is wrong? I told him I don't know what I'm feeling. Like I am not feeling myself. I was trying all his best to make sure I get myself. So I told him I don't know what I'm feeling. Like I'm not getting myself. I don't know what's wrong with me. Nothing I am doing seems to work out anymore. And thinking of school stuff, I'm not done with what I'm supposed to do. I'm not done with my clearance. But what I just want to thank God for is that I've been cleared from school, but I'm not done with the clearance. I've been cleared from all those people. Like I told you guys in my previous video that I knew something in some courses were holding me down, but I've been cleared. So I was not like, I knew something was wrong with me, but I can't really place a hand where or what is wrong with me. So and the next I was trying to hold the tears, but it wasn't my tears. It doesn't want to control itself. He was asking me, "Are you crying?" I told him, "Yes and no. I'm not crying. I'll be fine." That was when I knew that when the call ended. That was when I cried out loud. Not minding that my parents are home. I have a little brother that don't want to see tears on his auntie's face. I cried out like someone that is going to lose it any moment. I was crying. I know that I was crying, talking to God. Because I knew that, yes, if anything happens to me, I'm on my own. So guys, ladies and gentlemen, depression is real. It is your silent cry. Depression turns things so bad for you. You don't even know when you're succeeding anymore. When I started YouTube, I was frustrated. At the point I was like, let's not go into that story. I will say that story when I get monetized. Like people, you know the journey I went through on this YouTube. So for the meantime, I think I just have to stop in this place about depression. So if you're really enjoying this topic and you want to hear more concerning this topic called depression, you can drop a comment in the comment section below, and also share this to people who want to see it. And for someone who is depressed and wants to talk to someone, I'm here. You can talk to me. You can follow me on my Instagram, my IG page, Ninian. You can talk to me from there. You can follow me on Facebook, though I'm not really that active person on Facebook. All I do is just drop it and leave. You can follow me there and drop your plight or drop whatever is disturbing you. I'm always there to listen to you. And also, if you feel you can't talk to me, please talk to someone you trust. Or you get a book like I do. I get a diary. I talk to my diary, and before you know it, everything booms, leaves my head. I stopped taking medications to sleep after sleep. I started working on myself. So if I can't do it, you can do it. Okay? If I can overcome those thoughts, those depressive thoughts, when I'm alone, when I don't want to socialize, if I can overcome it, you can also do it. And that's the truth. So at this point, I have to say thank you guys for tuning into my channel. Is it tuning? And to my returning subscribers, I want to say I'm grateful. To my new subscribers, I want to say thank you. Please don't leave. Keep watching. Watch all my videos. If you've just subscribed, watch my videos. Please like and comment and see something on what you want to see next, and share my link if you haven't shared my link before. Please. So I'll see you guys in my next video, and also I try to put a smile on someone's face out there. Bye.